Welcome to Dunndark. And welcome back to Steins Gate 0. Last time we had quite a gruesome battle there. It was pretty intense. But everyone's fine in the end. Except for all the men. And Kaguri, I guess. She kinda got a little shot a lot. But anyways, we're back to playing as Okabe. He's running towards the time machine to go find out about the time machine. That's how it works.
大丈夫だ。焦るな。まだ時間はある。何も心配ない。鈴は無事だし、マイルだってそのうちひょっこりラボに戻ってくる。
I mean, I guess Suzuha's fine now, I suppose. When I reached the radio building, I realized that many people in the crowd of pedestrians were holding their phones up to the sky. There was evidently no service near the station either. I took a moment to catch my breath as I looked up at the radio building. I could hear what sounded like a distant explosion. It wasn't just one. The explosions were coming in series. Several of the people around me were glancing at their surroundings, confused by the unfamiliar sounds. And then I realized that was gunfire. I remembered the sounds I'd heard during the battle between the CERN's rounders and the Russian military. The sounds were coming from the roof of the radio building. And I mean, I guess the time you went to the other world line there in the war scenario, you know? Had I not made it in time? I ran into the radio building. For some reason, the elevator was under maintenance and turned off. I had no choice but to take the stairs. My heart was pounding so fast that I thought it would burst, and I tripped several times due to how tense I was. I stumbled again and again on the stairs. How many times had I come up the stairs feeling like this? Yeah, seriously. The radio building's kind of extremely important in this overall series, it seems. Cursing my lack of endurance, I headed for the top floor. When I got to the 7th floor, I ran into someone I hoped I wouldn't see. No, my guess was that I'd run into them was right. I wished I wasn't, but... Oh, did he run into Professor Leskinen? Oh my god.
Rintaro.
Uh-oh. So that's what Okabe, that's why he got so held up. That's why he didn't arrive until the battle was over, presumably. I mean, we didn't see him during the battle. Huh. And the professor was supposed to be coming too, but he didn't show up either. So maybe they held up each other on the 7th floor here.
Masaka konna ni hayaku kimi ga kuru to wa omowanakatta yo.
I didn't expect to see you here so early. Dr. Leskinen seemed perturbed when he saw my face. And then he saw my face. He's a believer. Okay. Oh, sorry. What are you doing here?
少し落ち着きなさい。そんなに息が切れていたのでは話もできないよ。
I mean, that's fair.
どうしてここにいるんです
Yeah, I guess Okabe would be pretty surprised to see Dr. Leskinen here.
アマデウスはどうなったんです
Or maybe not. I mean, yeah, he knows something bad happened to Amadeus. And that Amadeus said something about the time machine, so, you know, maybe that's fair that he would be here?
君に頼んだサンプリングテストは半年前に終わっている。話すことはできないな。
That was his answer. Oh, you know, you're not a test subject anymore, so I can't tell you. He's being awfully coy. Even though Amadeus had disappeared, Leskinen was extremely calm. There was no sign of him trying to deal with the problem, and instead of being in his office, he was here. That was all I needed to know.
クリスが俺に送ってきたメッセージの内容は 本当だったんですね。
Ooh. You're going right for the punch here. The father that she's spoken of was Leskinen after all.
クリスや魔法どうしたんです？
What happened to Kariso and Maho?
彼女たちの記憶データを解析してタイムマシンに関するデータを取り出すつもりなんでしょう。
Do you want to be giving away the fact that you know everything? Is that a good idea, Okabe? Hmm.
驚いたな。
Well, that's a surprise.
クリスはそこまで君に話してしまったのか。監視していたつもりだったが、いつの間にそんな真似を。
Leskinen seemed truly shocked. So yeah, I guess he's surprised that we found out all this. Which meant that he hadn't noticed that Amadeus Kurisu was an at-channeler, or that she'd spoken to me there. Oh! Get the gun. And then, Leskinen took out a gun and pointed it at me. Yeah, you see, this is why it's a bad idea to, like, you know, tell him that you know everything, because now, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if you know that much, I have to kill you, you know, kind of thing.
君は少し踏み込みすぎたようだ。
あなたは何者なんだ？
Dang.
科学者だよ。だが、科学者も実践授業ではないのでね。
This would have been a pretty crazy ending to get first if we hadn't gotten the previous one.
君はストラテジックフォーカス社というアメリカの民間情報機関を知っているかな？
ストラテジックフォーカス社、アメリカのストラトフォーカ。
I read about them on a conspiracy theory website. Yeah, I mean, suddenly he pulls out a gun at you, you know? I mean, after it's obvious that he was involved in something, but, you know, yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. I remembered reading that they'd acquired top secret information on Russian ballistic missiles that even the CIA couldn't get. It sold it. The result was the destruction of the CIA's reputation. And at the same time, the total reorganization of Russia's military strategy. I even heard rumors that during the Gulf and Iraq wars, they obtained information about the warring countries faster than anyone, and spread it as needed.
世界から影の CIA などと呼ばれているのが私たちだよ。
So, he was going to use Amadeus for military purposes? Was everything he said at the seminar just platitudes and lies?
まあ、私のことはどうでもいいだろう。それよりリンターロ、勝美から聞いたのだが。
I heard something from Katsumi.
君も例の新型脳炎を発症しているそうだね。
You have the new encephalitis too.
それどころか、新型脳炎そのもののメカニズムについて何か知っているらしいじゃないか。実に興味深い。君の持つその情報をぜひ提供してくれないか。何？簡単な施術を受けてくれるだけでいいんだ。
Oh no.
そうすれば、私は君を助手として迎え入れてもいい。
For some reason, my whole body broke out in goosebumps when he said the word procedure. The Dr. Leskinen I knew, the man with a childlike, mischievous heart and deep scientific curiosity, the man who'd been so kind to me, the man I'd respected, was gone. In his place was a cruel scientific fundamentalist who thought nothing of human lives or hearts as he pointed a gun at me. Or was this who he truly was? Is this the true self? Sorry, persona. Okay, suddenly he seemed like a terrifying unknown.
どうかな?
He took a step towards me. And then another fierce gunfight broke out above. Leskinen clicked his tongue at the sound. This must be the second gunfight when Kagari shows up or starts attacking everyone, you know? He glanced towards the stairs. I took advantage of the distraction. Luckily, I was still on the staircase. I tackled his legs as hard as I could, and he lost balance and fell. Oh, nice job, Okabe. He has the gun and you managed to take him out. Good job. He hit his head hard against one of the steps, and after a moment's jerk, stopped moving at all. Jeez, did you kill him? Oh my god. He might be dead. Oh boy, Okabe. You're a little too hardcore. But I didn't care anymore. Wow, this guy. Okabe is really tough now. I've become a murderer many times over already. That's fair. I get it. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, he's gonna open up to this. When I opened the door, what I saw was vision from the heart of hell itself. There was blood everywhere, and bodies too. In the middle of the sea of blood was a girl in a motorcycle suit and helmet, covered in crimson, as she lay on the ground. She held a giant cleaver. I could see instantly that she was responsible for this disaster. Her shoulders moved up and down a little, so evidently she was still alive. I approached the woman, trying my best not to throw up from the stench. Oh, I thought she's supposed to have a bunch of blood on her. Why is it not in the picture? Or is that... yes, Kagari has a bunch of blood, but clearly because she got shot. Wasn't like Mayuri supposed to have gotten grazed? I could hear her voice from beneath the cracked, broken helmet. I looked closer and saw that some of the blood was her own. Her body was racked by bullet wounds, and her left hand was completely gone. It was a miracle that she had somehow survived all that. She didn't seem to notice me as she slowly crawled through the blood. I followed her gaze and saw Mayuri huddled beneath the time machine. Suzuha seemed to be unhurt, but there was blood on Mayuri's face. Oh yeah, okay, I see there is some blood there. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, on the right side. I hadn't expected to see her here, and I was worried about her wound, but more than anything, I was glad she was safe. She raised her face when she heard my voice, but the next moment, her eyes locked on the girl in the motorcycle suit. She saw the thing crawling towards her and screamed. Mama. Aww. Kagari? Did she say Kagari? It was only then that I realized that the girl in the motorcycle suit was the Kagari Shina that Suzuha had been looking for. Aww. Suzuha yelled, unable to take it anymore. Yeah, that's fair. Aww. At last, her strength failed, and she collapsed. How can you guys make me feel bad about Kaguri? Seriously? Really? I mean... It's been kind of annoying, this whole story, but now I'm like, oh, okay, that is pretty sad. I returned to my senses and ran to her before Suzuha could get there. Her breathing was wheezy and shallow. One of the bullets had probably pierced her lungs. I thought of taking off her helmet would help her breathe, so I put my hand on it to remove it. But she grabbed my hand and pushed it away. Aww. Her voice, and the way she talked. I realized who this girl called Kaguri Shina was. I looked closer, and I recognized her face. Wait, what? What? Wait, how would you recognize her? Who on earth is she? What the heck does that mean? What? I quickly motioned to Suzuha to keep her distance. She looked upset, but did as I asked. She went back to Mayuri and started to look at her wounds. Mayuri was covering her face, trying not to look at the bodies. I relaxed a little when I heard that. Kaguri's voice was a whisper as I cradled her in my arms. Then she slowly closed her eyes. Her breathing got weaker. She doesn't suffer or feel pain? The real one doesn't know anything. She's been on an exchange program in Europe for 3 years. The professor manipulated things behind the scenes to send her to Akiba. Did she mean? Kaguri opened her eyes once, a little once more, and looked towards the time machine, towards Mayuri and Suzuha. Okay, so I think I sort of get it now. It seems that Yuki was actually Kaguri this whole time, and the real Yuki's off in Europe. So that's kind of a twist. I'm like, what? Okay, but now she said the professor sent her here. Kaguri here did. And Why would I don't know what exactly Kaguri and Professor Leskinen's relationship are, but yeah, I'm kind of confused on that point. But anyways, we'll see what happens. She says the real Kaguri, the real Yuki will love her too. Love him, love Daru too. Just like Kaguri did. Aw, that's sad. Aw. Sorry. Poor Kaguri. Don't tell anyone. And this time, her smile still shining in her eyes, they closed to real. With one final shudder, the strength left her body. Her life faded away in my hands. There was so much I wanted to ask her. Yeah, I have a lot of questions, like, what the heck? And why? Why had she appeared before us using that name? There was so many things I didn't understand. Yeah, well, why pull this whole little trick here? What's the advantage? But Kaguri Shina's life ended in that moment. I came back to my senses when I heard that voice. If I told her about Kaguri's death, it would cause her a lot of mental stress. This wasn't a good idea. Right now, I needed to do something about the time machine as fast as possible. I slung Kaguri's bloody body around my shoulder as I stood up. Oh no! Uh-oh. Dr. Leskinen's back. From the dead. Wait, maybe not quite from the dead. Before I could open the door, a huge shadow appeared from within. He wasn't dead? But he must have taken a lot of damage to the head because his face was the color of clay. And one of his eyes wasn't focusing. Oh my gosh.
America もロシアも日本も動き出してしまった。一度回り出した歯車はもう止められない。カガリがもっと早く我々に報告していれば、ここまで事態は悪化することもなかったものを。
Luskin knew about Kaguri? Well, apparently Luskin had sent Kaguri here according to Kaguri, so yes. Which meant that I was right. But Suzu spoke before I could. Yes, the professor apparently is literally a professor. Well, I'll be. That's the real plot twist. Okay, so she's saying that... Oh! Is that why Kaguri has been acting so weird and hearing the voices and stuff? Is that why? Or is that something completely unrelated?
So... なんですか? あなたはそういう人だったんですか?
別にこの私が何かしたわけじゃない。
Leskinen didn't try to deny it.
むしろ10年ほど前、路頭に迷っていた彼女を助けて、ここまで育つよう援助してあげたんだよ。
So he just happened to find Kaguri on the streets in, what was it, 1998? 1998 isn't 10 years ago. Or maybe he found her after, in like 2001, because it's 2011 now. Right. Just happened to find her. That's a little suspicious. Oh, yeah, that's fair. It would be killing you. Oh, she contacted you. Okay, that's a little strange.
整形までしてこの町に潜り込んだのも彼女のプランだよ。
So she got plastic surgery to look like Yuki. That's very strange. Huh.
何でも頭の中の神様が全て教えてくれるんだそうだ。
The voice of God in her head.
最初私はホームレスの子供が食べ物欲しさにくだらない作り話をしているんだと思ったんだよね。彼女の脳や記憶を調べてみると非常に興味深く素晴らしいことが分かった。その神様というのはね。
And even as his face twisted in pain, he smiled proudly.
その神様というのはなんと未来の2036年の私だったんだよ。
Oh my gosh. Really? So he did brainwash her? But not him, but like his future self did. Ah. Interesting. That would explain a lot though, why she's been hearing voices in her head.
あんたは本当のマッドサイエンティストだ。
You're a real mad scientist. That's funny. Suddenly, I heard a siren down below. Just hearing the sound made me feel uneasy. I never heard a sound like it before.
なんだこれ。
ゲリラ攻撃情報、ゲリラ攻撃情報。当地域にゲリラ攻撃の可能性があります。屋内に避難し、テレビ、ラジオをつけてください。
A guerrilla attack may occur? I'd heard the announcement coming from the speakers in the streets. A guerrilla attack information alert is one type of instantaneous national alert or J-alert system. In the case of an emergency like a large-scale disaster or armed attack, the J-alert system uses communications satellites to automatically activate all disaster warning systems in the country and warn the populace. When activated, J-alert triggers a series of loudspeakers and sirens placed all across the country. There are several different types, such as an emergency earthquake alert, Tokai earthquake alert, tsunami alert, eruption alert, weather alert, ballistic missile alert, air raid alert, guerrilla and special forces attack alert, and a terrorism alert. Oh, so it's a national alert. A guerrilla attack? I could hear several helicopters in the sky above me. Their engines were clearly more powerful than the ones in the media's news choppers. I recognized the sounds from the time I'd spent in the wartime world line. Oh.
言っただろう。ここは間もなくタイムマシンを奪い合う戦場と化すんだ。
So are Suzuha and Mayuri gonna hop in that time machine real quick? Because that seems like that's what they would need to do.
第三次世界大戦が始まるのか。
まさかこの町の住民も自分たちの都市の中心から世界戦争が始まるとは夢にも思っていないだろうね。
Why are you so excited about that, man? I thought you were all about peace, like you said in the previous ending. You had all the information, so you could control the peace and stuff. Was your like secret evil plan or whatever? I don't know. Then Leskinen leaned up against a wall, sat down, and then stopped moving. Oh, is he dead or is he okay? Whether he'd passed out or gone to a coma from the brain damage, I didn't have time to find out. It was like the air in the city had gotten heavier. That's how it felt. A chill ran down my spine. I spent a month in that world line. Month at war in the world line. And the same future was about to begin here. Something like that couldn't happen in Japan. It was like a TV show or a movie or a visual novel. But I knew instinctively that this wasn't fiction. There had been signs since 6 months ago, here in Akiba, in Tokyo, in Japan. Spies and soldiers from all around the world had been working in the shadows. Dang. So I had known this would happen. By refusing Suzuha's request and choosing the world line where Mayuri had survived, I doomed over 5 billion people. Well, to be fair, in the Alpha world line, things weren't exactly great either. I was the only one who chose this. It was me. I looked that Suzuha was pushing Mayuri into the time machine. That's what you should probably do, yes? That makes sense.
こうなったら私たちはこのまま過去へジャンプするかがりのことを頼んだよ
Suzu had no idea that Kagari was already dead. You are already dead. Sorry. Memes. Okay, she leaped into the cockpit. I raced over and grabbed onto the hatch, then looked inside.
過去ってまさか1年前あの日へ行くのかこんな急に
Well, you gotta go.
じゃないんだそれにあの日へは飛ばない
She was tapping commands into the console as she spoke.
何あの日へは飛ばないってどういう
ちょっとまゆ姉さんを借りるよ
Mayuri was already strapped into a seat. Oh, yeah, I guess Okabe has really no idea what they're trying to do. Just like I was when I jumped a year ago with Suzuha.
マユリお前
Oh, apparently she wiped off the blood. That's good. I guess Suzuha attended to her. That was part of what they said earlier. I heard fierce gunfire and screams in the distance. It looked like some of the spies had started fighting each other. Kagari may have just wiped out a force from one nation, but there was still an army from an entirely different one that was still coming. Oh no. Mayuri handed me a smartphone. Smartphone? Took it without thinking. Oh, I see. Right, she tried to text him, but that didn't work. Huh.
ちょっと待てなんでお前が行くんだお前が行ったって結果は同じだ何もできないそれに今飛んだら戻ってこられない違うのオカリンじゃダメなのこれはねマユシーの役目だから
That's fair.
わからない俺にはさっぱりわからない
Yeah, he probably has no idea. Poor Okabe.
降りてくれマユリお前まで因果の輪から外れたら俺は何のためにこの世界線を選んだのかオカリン
Mayuri gently rubbed my cheek. And then she smiled, sadly. She softly pushed my shoulder. Aww. Well, if they really found another way to Steins Gate, they gotta get going. It threw me off balance and made me let go of the hatch. Then the hatch closed. It was too late. By the time I grabbed back on, the hatch was sealed shut. The door controls were biometric. Only Suzuha could open it now. The time machine started to roar. A pale light began to gather around it. I'd seen this before in the Alpha world line. Just then, a group of armed men kicked open the door and swarmed onto the roof. Are they gonna get away in time? The time machine people? They were highly trained military operatives. Operatives. And the attack helicopters descended from the skies. The soldiers start to shoot at the helicopters, but then the helicopters seemed to ignore them as it slowly hovered in place. I realized the powerful rocket launchers on either side of its body was aimed at me. No, the time machine. It couldn't be. But my worst fears were realized. Oh my gosh, the helicopter fired its rockets. They're headed straight for the time machine. It was still there, shrouded in light. Oh my gosh. But did they get away? Or not? The second I yelled, a powerful blast blew me back. It's a lot of damage. The next thing I knew, I was crawling on the ground. I saw some of the soldiers had already joined the mountain of corpses on the ground, and some of them were still shooting at the helicopter. I stood up as fast as I could. My whole body felt like it was on fire. My skin was burnt in places. Oh my god. My clothes had been blasted off. No, my own problems didn't matter. What about the time machine? I looked up towards where the time machine had been. If it had jumped in time, it should have been able to avoid the rockets. But... oh. Oh no. So, that looks like pieces of the time machine. There were scraps of metal everywhere. I could tell that they belonged to the time machine. Had I not made it? Had I not made it in time? Or had they not made it in time?
Suzuha. Mayuri?
I looked around in the cloud of smoke.
Na, Mayuri. Doko da? Mayuri! Suzuha! Henji o shite kure!
Oh my gosh. There were bodies everywhere. But I couldn't see Mayuri or Suzuha. I couldn't even tell if they were alive or dead. There were no bodies. They simply vanished. So what happened to them? After that, things went far beyond my power to control. Brutal battles took place on the ground and in the sky of Akiba. I'd seen footage of the war in the Middle East on the news. Those same screens were playing out in Akiba. I managed to slip through the chaos of the battle and barely escaped the radio building for my life. I had no choice but to leave Kageru's body. I took the long way back to the lab so no one would find me. By the time I arrived, the sun had set and the night sky was illuminated with explosions and tracer rounds. The whole of Akiba was like someone had poked a beehive. The lights were out at the lab, but the TV was on, apparently. Oh yes. Inside I found Daru, Maho, and Ferris staring at the computer monitor. At the TV and computer monitor. Okay. Right, so the TV and computer monitor are still working, apparently. Huh. And they're hiding, the lights are out.
Okarin!
Okabe-san, よく無事で。ってひどい怪我してる。大丈夫なの？
戦闘に巻き込まれたん？
急いで手当てしないと。
I didn't have the energy to answer them. So we kind of collapsed. I looked towards the footage on the TV screen. The reporter was wearing a bulletproof vest and hard hat. He was screaming at the top of his lungs, trying to drown out the other reporters from the other stations.
まるで戦争です。秋葉原駅前や中央通りはすでに閉鎖されて、米軍と自衛隊のヘリや装甲車が今またものすごい発砲音が聞こえました。ここは本当に日本なのでしょうか。まるで内戦中の国の取材をしているようです。政府の発表ではテロということですが、こんな
A stray shot from an anti-material rifle, fired by a special forces team from some country or another, struck the news van's engine and blew it up. Oh my gosh.
爆発した。爆発が起きました。死にたいのか。今すぐ逃げろ。もう戦闘なんだ。本当に死ぬぞ。
An SDF soldier forced his way into the screen and yelled at the media to run away.
戦争ってどことですか。知るか。
Hell if I know. Poor guy. Okay. Just after that, I heard another explosion and the video was cut off. Did they take a direct hit? Everyone fell silent.
ここも危ないわね。お家には帰れない。
ネットの情報も大混乱中なんだよ。 なおかりん、鈴葉はあと、まゆしは見つかったん？
Well, that's a little complicated.
鈴葉とまゆりは鈴葉とまゆりは過去へ飛んだのか死んだのかどっちかだ。
Well, yeah, I guess it's one or the other. Daru stormed up to me, infuriated.
どういうことだよ。もっとちゃんと教えてくれ。
戦闘ヘリがタイムマシンにロケットランチャーをタイムマシンは破壊されて、それに鈴葉とまゆりが乗ってて過去へ飛ぶ直前だったんだ。マシンの残骸は残ってたけど全部じゃなくてラル、どれだけ探しても鈴葉もまゆりも死体が見つからなかったんだ。体の一部さえ残ってなかった。まるで跡形もなく消えたみたいに。あの二人ちゃんと過去に止めたのかな。
The tears I tried so hard to hold back came pouring out. Daru fell to his knees. Ferris and Maho were staring at me, eyes wide in shock. Daru slammed his fist into the floor. Poor Daru. I tried to wipe away the tears, and then realized I was holding something in my right hand. It was the cell phone that Mayuri had given me. Oh yeah, right, that. She told me to read the message on it. It wasn't locked. I opened the mail folder. There were several unsent messages addressed to her friends and family. One of them was addressed to me. Was this what she wanted me to read? With shaking fingers, I tapped the screen to open the message. Aw.
おかりんへ。てってるー。まゆしです。
Oh, this music. This music is very emotional.
本当はちゃんとお話ししようと思ったけど、うまく言えるかどうかわからないし、おかりんに引き止められると迷っちゃいそうだからメールにしました。私はすずさんと一緒に過去へ行ってきます。なんでっておかりんは怒るかもしれないね。でもこれは私がやらなきゃいけないことなの。だってあの時私の彦星様を、どんなに苦しい時でもいつも立ち上がって高笑いをあげてた強い強い彦星様を、
Aw.
暗い
I'm
私
sorry.
ね、
Sorry.
勘違いしてた。みんなは未来をオカリン一人に押し付けようなんてしてなかったんだね。オカリンの周りにはダルくんがいて、すずさんもいて、デカくんもいて、フェリスちゃんもいて、ユキさんもいて、それに真帆さんも加わった。
Well, about having Yuki, but anyways. Yeah.
だから今度はね、私の出番。だってこれはラボメンナンバー002の初めての大きな任務なんだから。
Aw, her first big mission as lab member 002. It's her turn to save the future.
オカリンはきっと心配すると思うけど大丈夫だよ。それにもしも何かあったとしても必ず助けに来てくれるって信じてるから。私の大好きな法院京馬が新しく作ったタイムマシンに乗って必ず。
Aw. She knows Okabe will stop at nothing to save Mayuri.
だから私は行ってきます。必ず戻ります。オカリンのところへ戻ってきます。少しだけ待っててね。
I wonder, so is she gonna, like, if she did get to the past, is she gonna, like, show up back in the present somehow?
私は法院京馬のことが好き。
Aww.
でもね、岡部倫太郎のことはもっと好きだよ。
Aww. Poor Mayuri.
お前忘れてるだろ。お前は俺の人質なんだぞ。
Aww.
いなくなったら人質にならないじゃないか。
Aww.
何かあったら助けに来いだと。人質のくせに生意気だろ。
Hmm.
狂気のマッドサイエンティストがお前なんかのために。お前なんかのために。お前はバカだ。でももっとバカだったのは
Aww.
この俺だ。
My heart was in pain. It hurt so much. It was just like that after I killed Kurisu. Maybe I'd be better off if I just fell over and died. I would do anything to be released from this pain. But in the corner of my tear-blurred vision, I saw it. Kyoma, Hyorin's final weapon. His final hope. No, it was the thing that brought me so many nightmares. The time leap machine? I staggered to the development room and threw off the cardboard that was covering it. There it was. The phone wave, name subject to change, Unit 02. The thing that Maho and Daru had been working on behind my back. If I could complete this... I turned around, wiped away my tears, and saw my friends looking depressed in the middle of the darkened room. So is this finally enough to push Okabe back into wanting to complete the time machine?
お前たちタイムリープマシンの作り方がわからないと言ったな。
Wow.
俺の言う通りにしてくれるか。
I feel like this is longer than the previous ending.
クリスの導き出した回をお前たちに伝える。
I'll give you the answer that Kurisu discovered. Wow.
それでタイムリープマシンは起動する。
Maho had said one thing that she didn't know how to do was compress the memory data, which meant that everything else was finished, and I knew how to complete it. Daru was the first to nod.
僕やるよ。教えてくれオカリン。
私も手伝うわ。決まりだにゃ。
All three responded with no hesitation. They turned towards me and spoke their answers clearly.
よし
ダル、セルンにハッキングをかけてくれ。LHC を遠隔操作する。
Right. Oh, right. They used the LHC. I remember, yeah. The LHC, an abbreviation of the Large Hadron Collider, which is an experimental device used to cause charged particles to collide and study the results. Built by CERN 100 meters below the ground in Geneva, it is the world's largest ring-shaped particle accelerator. Its total length is 27 kilometers. Many different teams, including the one from Japan, use the device to perform experiments. The reason it's a ring is that when charged particles pass through the electromagnetic field, the Lorentz force causes them to bend.
そこで記憶データを36バイトまで小さくする。それなら過去へ転送できる。
Right, they were using the LHC to somehow compress the data.
たったの36バイト。
You can tell she was a scientist by the way her face went pale at the number.
けどさ、なんか動作が不安定で、こいつただの電子レンジになっちゃう時があって。
ブラウン管工房の42型ブラウン管。それが点灯している時に電話レンジカッコ仮は機能を発揮する。
Oh yeah, right, the TV, of course. Oh yeah, they wouldn't know that either. Right, that was a big thing we figured out in the first game. It's the 42-inch CRT that generates the electrons or whatever.
ブラウン管。あ、そうか。
Oops. Huh. Just the words CRT were enough for her to figure it out. The life was coming back to her eyes.
それなら完成させられるかも。
So are they gonna use that mysterious message they got from Kurisu though? Like the Amadeus Kurisu final message thing about like seemed like some kind of data or something? It wasn't like human readable.
でも完成したとしていきなり使うつもり？何の実証もせずに人体実験まがいのことをするなんて。
自分の作ったものに自信が持てないのか。
でも
別の世界線でクリスはやってみせたぞ。
それはクリスだからよ。私はあの子にはなれないわ。
アットチャンネルに書かれたクリスのメッセージを見ただろう。
Lastly, I'd like you to pass a message to the person I respect the most. I always regard myself as an essentially ordinary intellect. And you were always the person I wanted to be. You were the real Amadeus. Oh. Oh, is that supposed to be to Maho?
クリスにあそこまで言わせたんだ。なのに逃げる気か。
逃げたりなんかしないわよ。見くびらないで。
I nodded back and smoothed back my hair, which had been mussed by the explosion.
今日これ。
Ferris brought me my white lab coat, which had been hanging for ages on the wall in the development room. I bit down my lip and wiped away the tears one more time. Oh, wow. Oh man, he is back. I took the lab coat and slipped my arms from the sleeves. Dang. I spun around, the hem of my coat flew up. So that the hem of my coat flew up. It's a bit of a transformation sequence here. And stood triumphantly in the center of the lab, just as I used to. Oh wow. There we go. Kabe's back. And then I declared in a loud voice.
これより電話レンジカッコ仮2号機を完成させタイムリープを行う。俺に力を貸してくれ。今度こそ俺は絶対に諦めない。
I looked at Daru and Ferris, finally at Maho.
たとえ何回何十回何百回ダメだったとしても何千回何万回何億回と挑んで何もかも全て救ってみせる。鈴葉もマユリも。
Yeah, that's something that even if he fails 100 times, he'll try again and again. That's something he learned from Maho.
そして
Yeah.
クリスもだ。これはその最初の一歩となる。
For the first time in a year, I was back to my old self. Wow. My friends saw me and nodded, and their faces filled with resolve. It took almost 2 days' work to full days to finish work on the phone wave. You guys spent 2 days in a war zone and your lab was fine? That's kind of surprising. Meanwhile, the chaos in Akiba continued, and it wasn't safe to go outside. Working on the time leap machine while knowing there were battles might reach us at any moment. Well, that the battles might reach us at any moment, or that special forces team might burst in at any time was a hard job that would wear on our nerves. Yeah, that'd be kind of scary. But still, we managed to finish the machine somehow. So, I guess in this timeline, no one's going after their lab. Huh. That's impressive that they managed to keep it that secret. I guess, Kaguri didn't tell the professor's people about the lab. Because Kaguri obviously knew about the lab. She was here fighting Suzuha. I jumped. Oh, he jumped. There we go. Back in time. Back to 7-7. 2 days ago. Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut that off there at the jump for a little cliffhanger, guys. Well, so they've completed the time leap machine and managed to do it and go back in time. So Kabe's back to 7-7, which is the same day that the attack happened, I guess, and all that, because it took 2 days to finish and they went back 2 days, so that's how it works. I believe. I think that's the start right day. Anyways, I'm gonna cut that off here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.